There's a woman you're daydreaming about. You're constantly thinking about the endless memories you can have together. You want her to want you. The problem is, you know deep down that she doesn't. What sign is she giving you that still has you clinging on to hope? Oh, she replies to your texts? But she replies to everyone. Does she ever text first? No. If you had stopped texting her, would you ever hear from her again? No. If you fell off the face of this earth, would she even notice? No. You know the answer. It's simple, yet it's not easy. You must let her go. You must let everything go and retreat into yourself. For happiness and joy is not found in a pretty face accompanied by a wet, musty hole. It is found in the kingdom that resides in your soul. It's time for another tier list. Today we're going to be ranking all the ways you can emotionally detach and let go of a woman. If you're going through a breakup, rejection, or you feel alone, this video is for you. I wish I could make a woman want you. I truly wish I could make your ex want to get back with you, but I can't. And that's probably for the better, because what I can show you is how to truly let go and be content with nothing but yourself. And as a result, this will actually make you even more attractive to women and increase your chances of getting her back if that's what you really want. There is no amount of self-improvement or effort that can change her mind about you. You can go to the gym, you can make $1 million, but as long as you have that neediness inside you for her, you're always going to lose. Why? Because as Buddha once said, attachment is the root of all suffering. And any attachment you have to an external object in this world, especially something as fickle and unstable as a woman's affection, you're in for a lot of suffering. A lot of people in my comment section were complaining about female nature, about how they wish she was more direct. They wish women weren't so complicated. They wish women thought and acted differently. But that's like expecting a hungry lion to not chase after a gazelle. Setting masculine standards like honor, integrity, and directness for women is a one-way ticket to disappointment. They will never conform to your ideals of how they should be because it's not in their nature to act like men. And if you can't accept that, bro, it might be time to try your luck with dudes instead. If you want inner peace, never expect anything from anyone. You know that nervous feeling inside your chest when she takes a little longer to text back or when she flakes on a date? That feeling of unworthiness, that feeling of your ego being completely crushed? That is a result of weakness. Weakness to the deception of women. Weakness because of a lack of purpose and identity. If you gave me a choice, my YouTube channel or the hottest woman on earth, I'm picking the YouTube channel. Unless it's Cersei from Game of Thrones. Just kidding, she became clapped in season 5. These videos give me a sense of purpose, and it's a woman's job to try to seduce me away from my purpose. It's biblical that man is tempted by woman and woman is tempted by the serpent. What is the serpent? Power, chaos, and greed. This is female nature. Man is tempted by the beauty of woman. And before you say no, I'm tempted by her personality. Oh, you mean this personality? Come on, bro. You know you're having more fun watching this video than talking to some boring ass chick you met at 7-Eleven. Woman is tempted by the material and superficial. But now we're kind of in this weird, twisted modern world where women are on their purpose. They have the ambition. They have the money. They have the careers. And men are the ones trying to seduce them and capture their attention. How far have we fallen from the great conquerors of the past? How would Marcus Aurelius, Alexander the Great, or Napoleon Bonaparte see us today? Actually, Napoleon's a pretty bad example because he was a bit of a simp, but you get my point. So without further ado, man, let's just get into the tier list. The first thing we have on the list here is letting go. Go figure, this is detached king. Now, what does it mean to actually let go? Letting go is simply accepting things as they are and not trying to change the outcome. A lot of you guys are so attached to a specific outcome from a woman. You want her to perceive you in a certain way. You want her to want to date you. You want her to reply to you in a certain time span. Just let go. Absolve yourself of any expectations, because I guarantee you this, no woman on earth is ever going to make you feel happy and fulfilled inside. Otherwise, porn stars and celebs would be the happiest people on earth. They're not. Whenever I obsessed over a woman and then I got her, I realized it never felt as good as I wanted it to. I would literally think to myself, that's it? Getting her never feels as good as wanting her but not having her. Take it from me. There was this one girl in high school, I obsessed over her for months and months. I used to sit there in break time plucking fucking petals. She likes me not. She likes me not. But this girl actually liked me back, and when I got her, it was so underwhelming. I was like, holy shit, I miss my friends. I miss playing Call of Duty Zombies with my friends. I miss being a free teenager. And the way you can properly let go is by simply observing the state you're in. I know that it hurts, bro. I know that there's pain there. You should do whatever it takes to not suppress that emotion and experience it to the fullest. And like I said before, you're not really attached to her, you're just attached to the illusion of her beauty. You're attached to lust. This is why I recommend not watching porn and not being on social media all the time, because it fills your subconscious mind with images of lust. And now you're this weak shell of a human being who's just walking around like a monkey, looking for the next nut, looking for the next girl. You have to be able to detach from your lust and from your biological urges, and you have to ascend above them. Next up, only choosing a woman who chose you first. This is also detached king level. I love this quote because it's so true. This piece of advice tends to hurt a lot of guys because some people are like, well, I don't have any women choosing me. If I don't put in any effort or go outside and do shit, then I'm never gonna get a woman. Well, that's because it's not easy to become the type of person who women choose first. Now, obviously, they're never going to initiate. You have to be the one doing the approaching and stuff, but you have to understand when it's time to just cut it off with a girl, okay? If you notice that she's not actively choosing you, she doesn't actively want you, and you're fucking breaking your spine trying to make anything work, trying to create any sense of chemistry, that's the completely wrong dynamic to have. It's never going to end well. You're never going to be satisfied even if a relationship comes from it. So make sure you guys only deal with girls who choose you first. And listen, this is going to require a little bit of ego management because you might be at a point right now where the women who choose you, you don't necessarily want them. You're chasing after the 10 while the 6 is chasing after you. Every man has been in that situation, but that just means you have a lot of growing and learning to do. And would you rather do that alone, or would you rather do that while chasing a 10 who doesn't want you? Your time is valuable, guys. You never lose when a woman rejects you. You only lose when you let her waste too much of your time, because you're never going to get your time back. Next up, becoming a gym cell. I'm going to put this at attached peasant. I love working out. I love improving my physique. But if you're doing it for the wrong reasons, you're still going to be emotionally weak inside. Okay, a lot of guys after a breakup, they start to get on this self-improvement journey. Yo, bro, I'm in my villain arc. I'm in my winter arc. Dude, shut the fuck up, okay? You're just hurt and you don't know how to process your emotions. Getting bigger muscles, getting more money, dressing fancier, and rebranding yourself isn't going to help you heal from the pain that this woman caused you. You're doing it because you're subconsciously trying to get her back, or you subconsciously feel unworthy, so you're trying to prove yourself to her. You should be doing all of these things because they give you true fulfillment, true focus, and true joy, not because you're trying to get a woman back out of weakness. Because yes, if you do change and you level up, you might be able to get her back, but as soon as she smells an ounce of neediness coming off of you, she's gonna see you the exact same way she saw you before. No matter who you are and how you change on the outside, once a woman gets an impression of you when she first meets you or once you get to know her, that impression is never going to change. Even if you become a celebrity, even if you become rich and famous, she's always gonna see you as your old self. She might just try to slide back in because she has shiny object syndrome and she's like, whoa, this guy has a lot of money and a lot of cars and success. I'm trying to get myself a piece of that. But she's not coming back for you, and that's why I never recommend trying to get a girl back, okay? Because the dynamic is never going to be the same with her. With the new girls, it's like you have an empty canvas. You can paint the image that you want to paint. Next up, crying it out. This is hyperbolic time chamber. You're on the way to becoming a detached king if you do this, because most guys cannot process their emotions. You just sit there, suppress it, and start, I'm lifting weights, I'm hitting the gym, she's gonna love me, she's gonna love me, she's gonna... Bro, just cry. It's okay, bro. Lock yourself in a room. Don't let anybody see you, and just let your emotions out. You need that outlet for spiritual growth and to find yourself, okay? And I know that's the unsexy answer. Everybody just wants the solution. Everybody says, dude, just show me how to get her back, man. Just show me how to get the girl back. If you think that way, then you don't actually want what's best for yourself. Next up, watching red pill content. I'm gonna put this at superficial because it still has some value. You know, every guy, when they go through a heartbreak or when they go through something bad with a girl, they start watching red pill content and they start learning from these guys saying, oh, women are this, women are that, exposing female nature. That's a good starting point, right? It's like you're starting off at the tip of the iceberg and then you start going deeper, and then eventually you find videos like this. But I would say the red pill's a good gateway, but a lot of people stay stuck in the red pill mindset and they get too bitter and they swim in a pool of bitterness and agony and anger, and it's just not good, okay? Stop being bitter, stop being so hateful and resentful. That's just gonna stop you from growing and evolving as a man. Next up, we have taking time alone. Hyperbolic time chamber. If you can't spend time alone, if you always need to be texting and talking to women, you're gonna get manipulated, you're gonna get hurt. I feel like every man needs to go for at least a year without talking to any girl, just focusing on himself, okay? And I'm not saying female attention is a bad thing. Of course it's great, but you have to prove to yourself that you don't need them, because you have to see women as kind of like a cherry on top thing. It's not something that you need. It's like a sweet little addition to your life, but you would be absolutely fine without it. And taking time alone is when your most genius, creative ideas start flowing out of you. I would not have started this YouTube channel if I didn't go through that phase of being alone and trying shit out and trying to be creative. I would not have achieved great success in my personal life if I didn't do those things. Next up, introspect. This is also a hyperbolic time chamber. I'm going to put it at the top, because by introspecting, you start to develop standards. What do I really want in a woman? What values and morals am I looking for? This is going to be different for every single person. And if you don't have a clear idea of the kind of woman that you want, then you're only going to deal with women who you don't want. You need to have a filtration system for girls, guys. And this is very hard to do when you're in a scarcity mindset and you think, no, but this is the only girl giving me attention, that's why I want her. This is why it's, again, very important to be able to be alone, because if you can't be alone, then you're going to settle for the worst, and I want you to only go for what's best for you. Next up, wishing her the best. This is a detached king level thing to do, because if you carry resentment in your heart for a girl, I don't care how dirty she did you, bro. I don't care if she cheated. I don't care if she cussed you out. I don't care if she was being disrespectful. If you carry this anger and bitterness and resentment for a girl, and you have this hate inside you from her, you're never going to move on. She's basically going to live rent-free in your head, and she's going to control all of your actions. So there's this Buddhist practice called loving kindness meditation. As hard and as cringe as it is, I want you to just wish the best for her. Wish that she finds a good man. Wish that she lives a happy life. Wish that she's prosperous and abundant. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna feel like you're faking it, and it's gonna feel cringe. But trust me, if you visualize a girl with another man and it hurts you and it fucking like tears you up inside, it means you're still attached to her. It means you haven't let go of her. You have to wish her the best, because by wishing her the worst, you're only wishing the worst upon yourself. And this applies to pretty much everyone, not just women. Next up, making her regret it. I'm gonna put this at superficial. If you're self-improving and evolving to make a girl regret it, you're never going to be truly happy with your progress, because yes, she might come up to you and say, I really regret breaking up with you and I want you back. And then you're going to take her back, and then you guys are going to break up again, or she's going to make the same mistake. And ironically, by you not trying to make her regret it, she's going to regret it. Next up, we have leveling up. And I'm going to put this at detached king, because this is the truest form of leveling up, which is doing it for yourself without the expectation of her coming back, without trying to make her regret it. Only doing it because you love yourself, because you want the best for yourself, and because you know you have a lot of potential as a man.